Hi, I'm Dora, and I'm here to tell you about the Anchor app, which is a totally free place to do podcasts. I've been using Anchor for quite some time now, and I must say that I really totally enjoy using this app because it's so easy to maneuver through, and it also gives me that professional sound that I'm looking for. You can also use this service on your phone or your computer. They also have tools that will allow you to record and edit your podcast so that you also can get that professional sound that you might be looking for. Not only that, Anchor will also distribute the podcast for you, and it can be heard everywhere like Spotify and Apple Podcasts and many more. You can easily make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. You can download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. It's easy to use, so go ahead and download today so that you too can start your podcast. Hello everyone, welcome to Life as It Is with Dora Middleton. And today I'm talking with you all about poverty, basically. We're at a time in our lives where things are getting more expensive for all of us. As I stated in my last podcast, at the rate that we're all going to be either rich or poor. It's like they're kind of moving middle class on out. So we all have to figure out what bracket, where are we going to be in the near future? So I think we all have a lot of planning that we need to do to make sure that we are able to continue to take care and support our families at the rate that this world is going today. You hear a lot on the news about all the cuts that they're doing with people that's on the food stamp program and the insurance program through the state. And it looks like things are going toward the way it was in 07, 08, when a lot of people that never had to use government assistance was actually needing to use government assistance. They needed the food stamps. They needed the health care. They needed the reduced lunch or free lunch for the children. And you hear a lot of people saying, well, this person don't need that. They should cut this. They should cut that. Some of these children don't eat until they get to school. So if you're cutting the free lunch or the reduced lunch for them, how are they supposed to eat? Are we that cold-hearted that we don't care if other children aren't eating? Or are we in a world right now where we just care about our own? I know I care about all children, and my children eat every day. I don't have a problem feeding my children. But the thing is, there's a lot of people out there that does have a problem feeding their children. And I believe that something needs to be done about that. They shouldn't take anything away from those children. And all the people that's yelling for them to do it, what's going to happen when that time comes? When your family is the family that's needing the government assistance. Your children are the ones that need the free or reduced lunch. Are you still going to be yelling, cut it? They don't need it. They're just trying to live off the government for free. Come on, people. When people do things like that, you just never know how your life may be 5 or 10 years down the line. You don't know if you're going to be the one standing in the soup kitchen. You don't know if you're going to be the one like the people, like everyone needed to go to the food pantries years ago, and they needed food. They couldn't feed their families. But some of those same people were probably saying, oh, that's not affecting us, so you can cut it if you want it. They don't need it. They're lazy. They're this, they're that. No, they're not lazy. These people are not lazy. You don't know. How can you sit here and call people you don't know lazy? You don't know what their circumstances are. You don't know what situations they're dealing with right now. All you know is these people need government assistance in one way or the other. And no one out there has the right to look down upon any of them because of the need that they have at the moment. Because life has a way of reversing. They might be at the top and you might be at the bottom. So what I've always learned is don't ever talk about anyone because you don't want to be where they're at. All you need to do is just hope and pray that everyone gets what they need in life, that these children are fed, the children continue to have health care, because at the rate that this world is going today, there's going to be even more people that's needing food stamps and government assistance. And with things going the way that they're going with the government and with all the cuts that the president seems to be making, there's going to be a lot of kids out there suffering, a lot of people suffering. And I can't jump on that bandwagon with people saying, well, they don't need this, cut that. You have the elderly that's on Section 8. Are you saying cut that so that these elderly people will become homeless? What if that was your parent? What if it was your grandparent? Would you care? I mean, I know it's a lot of people out there that they really don't give a damn what's going on with their parents or their grandparents, but there's a lot of people that does care. So for the ones out there that does love and care about their parents and their grandparents, what if it was yours that was on Section 8 and needed it? Would you still be screaming, cut it? They don't need it? I don't think you would. You would want everyone to do anything and everything that they can do to make sure that your parent or your grandparents, your aunts, uncles are okay, because you're not going to want them to suffer. Especially if you have your family and you might not be able to help them because you're taking care of your family. So you might not be able to give as much as you want to that family member that's actually on Section 8. So they would need the help, but you might not be able to give it to them. So why would you be yelling, cut it? They don't need this. They don't need that. Don't do that. Don't want someone else to suffer. There's been enough suffering in this world already. And I think that everyone needs to prepare for what's to come, because right now, look at the gas prices. The gas prices are through the roof. Look at the food prices of everything has gone up. Everything. You used to be able to go in the grocery store and spend $150 and actually have a pretty good amount of food. Now you go in the grocery store and you spend $150 and you're looking like, on what? What did I get? 3 bags of grocery? 3 plastic bags of grocery. I know that when I go in there, I'm like, wow, how did I just leave out of there spending $60? What did I spend it on? You know, these prices we're noticing. There's times where we would go in the store and you didn't really notice it. You know, I'm not even going to sit here and say we did. You'll go in there, you buy what you buy, and it's over with. But now when we go, whenever we're in the grocery store and we make a purchase, we're like, wow, what did we buy? And we're looking like, wow, they've gone up. Yes, they have gone up. And if we're feeling it, you know, people that can't afford to buy certain things, you know, they're feeling it, you know, and that's ridiculous. Things need to change, and everyone needs to stop yelling, saying how people are trying to get over on the government. No one's trying to get over on anyone. People are just trying to survive. Please allow these people to survive. Everyone needs a chance to get on their feet. And if these people need the government assistance to get on their feet, then I say they should use it. Okay? That does not make them a bad person. Maybe their hours at work was cut. Maybe they were laid off because things were slow. You have a lot of that as well. So stop judging people for what they're going through. You just cannot continue to judge others because you don't know what God has planned for you. So I was always raised to never judge the next person and not sit there and be okay with the fact that someone else is suffering. I wasn't raised that way. I was raised to care about everyone, and I'm going to continue to care about everyone. And as I stated in my other podcast, we all need to come together and get out and vote. We need to vote for the right people. And again, don't let your votes be biased. Don't vote because of the color of someone's skin or, just vote because this person has good intentions. Okay? Don't put someone in the office that's a bigot. Don't put someone in there that's racist. Don't put someone in there that does not care about people that have less than what he has. We have got to get out and vote. You hear a lot of people saying, my vote doesn't matter. Your vote does matter. Your one vote might be the one that they needed to get the win. Don't ever, the way we fought to have the right to vote, why would you not vote? Okay? And I tell people that every day. I don't miss an election. I'm there. Okay? I don't miss any elections. I'm going to be there. And people, come on, you have to get out. You are screaming for a change. You're saying that you want to change. You're saying you need a change. The only way we're going to see a change is if we get out, we vote, make our voices heard through voting, and make a change so we can get all the wrong people that's in the office and in these positions that's screwing up the world. We can vote their asses out. That's what we need to do, people. You can't sit and complain about the outcome of something when you weren't even a part of trying to change it. You have to fight for something, okay? And you need to fight for children, period. Fight so that these kids will continue to be able to eat. These people will be able to continue to take care of their children. Don't just sit back and complain but not do anything about it. That makes no sense. With the recessions, everyone suffers. Again, except for the rich. So you need to get out. You need to vote. You need to make your voice heard. And we need to care. Have empathy for other people. Care about how people are doing that may not have as much as you. Stop being so critical and so harsh and judging people just because they've hit a rough spot in their lives. Because we as people have such we tend to judge others, and you shouldn't. And we all need to stop it, okay? Because everyone goes through something in life. And when you're sitting there thinking that you're above everything and everyone, like you can never fall to where someone else is, you better get your shit together, because you can. Okay, you can. And if you're making it seem like everything is just perfect with you, God has such a way to humble you. He has a way that he will humble you. And you don't want to be, you don't want to find yourself in a situation that you just felt was okay for someone else. Because then you're going to be doing the same thing. You're going to be asking everybody help. You're going to be asking someone to help you. You're going to ask everybody to do what they can to help you get out of that situation. So as I stated before, this country is headed for a problem. Okay? People aren't going to be able to eat. Children aren't going to be able to eat. People seem to be losing jobs, not able to find jobs. And when you find the jobs, they don't want to pay you what they know you're worth. They tell people that they're overqualified. No, you're not overqualified. They don't want to pay you what you're worth. So their way of not hiring you is telling you that you're overqualified. We're living in a world where someone is always trying to get over. Someone is always trying to work you and not pay you what you're worth. Or you have people that just criticize you and make you out to be a bad person because you hit a rough spot in your life. I was watching a video where there was a homeless guy and he was laying on the sidewalk and two guys walked by and one guy decided to kick him in the head because he was homeless. I watched another video where the guy told him he was worthless. Get a job. You're a bum. And the guy said he's not a bum. And he wanted a job, but every time he tried to apply for a job, they told him he needed an address. He's homeless. What address could he give them? So don't think that every person that's out there is out there because they just want to be homeless. No, there's issues they're having. I watched a video where the lady she's a beautician and she washes the hair of the homeless. She styles their hair on the street in downtown LA. She said she met a woman that has a PhD, but she's homeless. But she still has her PhD. She just doesn't have a place to live, but she's homeless. You don't know what happened in her life to where she ended up homeless. I'm saying just don't judge people. You don't know what they've gone through. We don't know what these people have gone through. So we need to find it in our hearts to have empathy, as I've always stated. Care about others, not just care about yourself. Because when that time comes where you might need someone else's help and they turn their back on you, it's not going to be a pretty sight. Always stay humble no matter what, no matter how much you have. Or, stay humble. Don't make it seem like people are beneath you. Always be willing to help others that need help. Because we're definitely headed in a way to where things are not going to be pretty. And that's why I'm telling everyone again, please get out and vote. Get out and vote so we can make a change. And I will be back after this quick break. Hello, and welcome back to Life as It Is with Dora Middleton. What we've been talking about is basically the state that this economy is in at the present time. We've been talking about people dealing with being homeless, children not being able to eat in schools, about all the cuts that are coming toward families and their children. All I can actually say now is that we really need to work as a country so that we can make a change, so that there will not be people out there that's continuing to suffer and we're not doing anything about it. But again, I feel that things need to change so that we are not quick to criticize others because they don't have as much as we do. Because right now, there's a lot of people yelling a lot of different things. And, one day they're going to see you cannot judge others and you cannot look down on others. because at some point in time, they are going to have to be humbled. And they're not going to like what might happen in their own lives to where they're in the line again, like I said, at the soup kitchen or the food pantries. Or they might end up asking for change. Okay? That's why I tell people every day, stay humble. Don't look down on others, and help as many people as you possibly can, if you can help them. I'm not saying you have to go out and do this or do that if you can't afford it. I'm saying if you can afford it and you know you can afford to help someone, help them. Donate. Donate your time. It doesn't always have to be money. Donate your time. If you can donate food to food pantry. Just do something that helps someone else that's in need, instead of criticizing, instead of sitting back and complaining. Do something about it. Make a change. Okay, guys, until next time, I would like to thank you for joining me, Dora Middleton, for Life as It Is, and take care.